Carlos Sainz claimed a remarkable pole position for the Mexico City Grand Prix, edging out Max Verstappen and Lando Norris in an exhilarating qualifying session that saw a red flag in Q2 and two surprising eliminations in Q1. Initially, Verstappen appeared to have clinched provisional pole during the first runs of Q3, but his lap time was deleted due to exceeding track limits, which promoted Sainz to the top. On his final attempt, the Spanish driver impressed further, posting a time of 1 minute and 15.946 seconds to secure his pole position. Verstappen settled for P2, his time trailing Sainz by 0.225 seconds, while Norris took third, having shown strong pace throughout Q1 and Q2 for McLaren. Charles Leclerc followed closely in fourth for Ferrari, with Mercedes drivers George Russell and Lewis Hamilton filling out the third row in fifth and sixth positions. Behind them, Kevin Magnussen emerged as the best of the rest for Haas in P7, followed by Alpine's Pierre Gasly in P8 and Alex Albon for Williams in P9. Nico Hülkenberg in the second Haas car rounded out the top 10. Q2 concluded prematurely due to a dramatic crash by Yuki Tsunoda at turn 12, which brought out red flags. This incident prevented Tsunoda and his teammate Liam Lawson from improving their lap times, leaving them in P11 and P12, respectively. One of the more notable disappointments of the day was Fernando Alonso, celebrating his 400th Grand Prix weekend, who qualified a modest 13th, just ahead of his Aston Martin teammate Lance Stroll. Valtteri Bottas, in the Sauber, was the last driver eliminated in this segment, ending up in P15. In Q1, Oscar Piastri of McLaren and local hero Sergio Perez of Red Bull were among the early casualties, exiting in 17th and 18th respectively. Perez's elimination was a particularly tough blow, as he faced his home crowd with high expectations. Joining them on the sidelines were Franco Colapinto for Williams in P16, Esteban Ocon in 19th for Alpine, and Zhou Guanyu in 20th for Sauber. After 3 practice sessions across Friday and Saturday, each topped by a different driver, the spotlight turned to qualifying at the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez, where the grid order for Sunday's race would be determined. As the lights went green for Q1, the drivers gradually took to the track, with most opting for soft tires on their initial runs, though Ferrari, McLaren, and Mercedes teams chose the medium compound. The fans erupted when Perez joined the fray, loudly cheering for their local favorite. Though Perez's initial time of 1 minute 18.530 seconds was unremarkable, Norris led early with a time of 1 minute 17.203 seconds. His McLaren teammate Piastri, however, struggled, locking up and setting a time over a second slower. As the session progressed, Verstappen broke into the 1 minute 16 seconds bracket, taking P1 and setting himself apart from Norris by 0.205 seconds, with Sainz in third. Towards the end of Q1, Piastri and Perez found themselves in the drop zone, ultimately failing to improve enough to avoid elimination. Moving into Q2, Verstappen initially set the pace, clocking a 1 minute 16.629 seconds, while Leclerc, after a minor slide and deleted lap time, later regained ground to take P3. Norris continued to shine, momentarily snatching P1 from Verstappen by a solid 0.3. Unfortunately, a crash by Tsunoda in the session's final moments prevented several drivers, including Lawson, Alonso, and Stroll, from advancing to Q3. The final shootout in Q3 delivered intense action as drivers battled for pole. Verstappen initially seemed to secure P1 before another track limits violation pushed him down to P10. Sainz capitalized, completing his laps consistently and cleanly to clock a blistering 1 minute 15.946 seconds. In the end, Verstappen's final attempt only brought him within 0.225 seconds of Sainz, securing P2, while Norris couldn't surpass his former teammate, ultimately taking third. Leclerc's small error left him in fourth, with Russell and Hamilton behind, rounding out the top positions. Reflecting on his pole position, Sainz expressed his delight, stating, "I'm very happy. A great couple of laps. Around Mexico, it's tough to string a lap together with all the sliding, but today my 2 laps in Q3 were almost perfect. I put 2 really solid laps together, which was enough for pole, and that's not normally the case here." Sainz's pole was the result of a nearly flawless performance under challenging conditions. This qualifying session showcased the intense competitiveness of F1, where every millisecond counts, and even minor missteps can alter the lineup dramatically. As we look ahead to the Mexico City Grand Prix, the stage is set for an exciting battle at the front, with Sainz aiming to convert his pole into a victory while Verstappen and Norris chase their own ambitions from close behind. Hello McLaren faithfuls! If you enjoyed this video, Make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe so you never miss any McLaren F1 updates with relaxing ASMR elements. Your support is what keeps this incredible community growing stronger every day. It costs you nothing to like and subscribe, but it helps the channel tremendously. Let's continue the conversation and share our passion for McLaren F1 together. You can also discover my journey as a passionate creator navigating life with challenging disabilities. Despite the obstacles, I'm determined to follow my dreams and share my love for McLaren and F1 with the world. By becoming a patron, you'll not only be supporting my dream, but you'll also gain access to exclusive content, including untold stories of legendary F1 drivers and much more. Your support can truly make a difference in my life, helping me continue to do what I love. Click the link below and enjoy.